name's Marilyn Martell. I'm Senior Assistant Vice Chancellor for Marketing and Communications here in the College of Engineering. I am not an engineer, nor am I a faculty member, so this classroom setup is very new and unusual for me as well. So this will be fun. What I've been asked to talk about today is just give you a little information about Texas A&M University, and of course my favorite, the College of Engineering. And I want to talk a little bit about the building. I know you've been seeing the nuts and bolts of how we're utilizing this building, but I kind of want to put it in context and show you what some of our students are doing that really utilizes this great facility. I apologize if you've heard this already, but on the bottom is what this engineering building used to look like. It was very important to our former students and our key donors that we maintain the integrity of this building. Many of them say their blood, sweat, and literal tears are all over the foundation of this building. So it was a very interesting architectural challenge to maintain a building that is sort of outdated in its approach into something digital and relevant and really forward future looking. So you can see there, and I'll show you a picture shortly that kind of shows how we did that. But first I wanted to just give you a quick overview of what this building is about. Technology. There we go. And there should be some audio.
Yeah, there probably is.
Modern engineering education.
It's a stunning feat of engineering. 525,000 square feet. The building will change how we're able to teach. And in turn, the students who study in this building, who have the opportunity to be in this building, will change the world.
So hands down, you can tell that this space is made for students, and we are the beneficiaries of it. They have thought through everything that they can to make sure that as an engineer, we come out and we're the most successful engineers that we can be.
I think it's really nice to have a place that's around all the engineering buildings that's not only where you can innovate and practice in your field, but you can also socialize, you can brainstorm, you can relax with your friends.
As engineers, we've been a little scattered all over campus, and we finally have our home and our home base to come back to, and just so thrilled for it to finally be done.
Looking at the building, not only how beautiful it is, but just the quality of the classrooms, the facilities. I think this is going to transform the way that engineers at Texas A&M are prepared to go out into the world. Everything about this building is geared towards interdisciplinary, between bringing different student groups together and just allowing that collaborative environment to learn and create.
To the students, Zachry is so much more than just its first-class facilities, its cutting-edge technology, or its thought-provoking art. Zachry is a home for all engineering students.
This building represents the most state-of-the-art educational facility anywhere. It reflects an understanding of the most progressive, enlightened way to teach students. It does a wonderful job of connecting the dots, if you will, between past, present, and future, and conveying the important notion of valuing the past and using its lessons to influence a better future. This building and everything connected to it is a visible part of recognizing our obligation to future generations.
How many of you were able to go on the tour of the building? If you could just show me your hand so I'll get a sense of who all has seen it. One of the really critically important things in this building, besides these open concept classrooms and learning studios and design facilities, is the art. And I'm sure the tour guide told you that the art was critically important, not for the aesthetic or because, oh, look, it's something pretty on the wall. All of it based in engineering and math. And in fact, we have a curriculum that has been developed for our first-year engineering students based on each piece. So they can go in and see Bernoulli's formula and how that relates and so forth. If you need more information on the artwork, we have a lot of great videos that interview the artists and they explain what principles and what inspired and motivated them. So we'll take a step back from Zachry for just a moment. And I just wanted to orient you with Texas A&M University. As I mentioned earlier, we were the first public institution of higher learning in the state of Texas. And Texas A&M this fall had 68,000 students enrolled. Now, we have 20,000 engineering students. So I like to say we have one of the most intelligent campuses in this country, because if you do the simple math, 1 out of every 3 to 4 students is an engineering student, and that's pretty impressive. We have branch campuses in Qatar, in Doha. We have a campus in Galveston. We have centers in Mexico and a lot of partnerships worldwide. Texas A&M as a whole is among the top 20 for research expenditures in the country. The College of Engineering here is number 2 behind MIT. So speaking about the College of Engineering, these are just some brief facts and figures. We have 14 departments. We offer 22 different majors, everything from mechanical engineering to ocean engineering. We have, excellent rankings. As I mentioned, the second in the nation in research expenditures. We love to brag about our rankings, and this is very small print and difficult to see, but generally our undergraduate program is ranked 14th overall and 8th among public institutions. Our graduate program, 12th overall, 7th among institutions. A lot of times people may not realize, but we are right up there with the top programs in the country. I mentioned our enrollment, 20,000 engineering students. We have 545 in Qatar, 672 in Galveston. We have an engineering academies program where students in large metropolitan areas that for whatever reason can't afford to come to campus yet are jointly enrolled in their community as well as here. By their junior year, they move to College Station and complete their engineering education. We send engineering faculty into those communities. It's been very helpful for those in the southern part of the state where culturally it's not always easy for students to leave their families and come to College Station. We have 106 in our McAllen campus and a couple hundred that are taking distance courses. 75 professors of practice, almost 700 engineering faculty. One of the things that has been a big initiative for us lately is called the 25 by 25 initiative. As you saw, we have one of the largest. We're currently number 2. At one point, we were the largest engineering program in the country. But our Vice Chancellor and Dean felt it very important. A, we need more engineers desperately in this country to remain competitive. And B, we've got the capacity to do this. So we have this plan that is very carefully thought out and ensures that we can responsibly grow our enrollment to 25,000 engineering students by 2025. And it's not about numbers, it's about actually delivering better education. And that's what this building is part and parcel of. We have increased our industry engagement for our students, hands-on learning opportunities. You can literally see them through the glass. High impact learning experience, trying to make our students more prepared for their future as an engineer. Now, just because we're big and everything is big in Texas, it doesn't mean our classes are big. And this is a very critically important thing to know. No class in engineering has more than 100 students. And that is hard to find on a campus of 68,000 with 20,000 engineering students. 54% of the classes have 50 students or less. Pretty impressive. And at the graduate level, it's obviously a very, very small number of students. Some of the other things that we've done to make our education for our students even more valuable, unique things like Engineering X. We ask our students to figure out what their X factor is. And what that means is by the time they graduate, they have to have participated in an extracurricular activity, one that has been approved. It could be student leadership, student government, it could be volunteerism, it could be a global experience. Whatever it is, the student has to do a reflection piece on that and understand how that applies to making them a better problem solver and ultimately better engineer for the world. Of course, global experiences, something that we're very passionate about because, of course, this is a global world, a global marketplace, and we're trying to get more of our students. In fact, we'd like to have half of them graduate with a global experience. I mentioned the old Zachry earlier. This is just a way to show you the footprint. The rectangle on the bottom was the original footprint, And so what you see now, built on top of that and then kind of over it, doubled the size to 525,000 square feet, 500,000 square feet for our undergraduate engineering. This is just a photograph from the day we had the dedication. We had probably about 1,500 people in the hot September heat. We're very proud of the fact that we raised $72 million in private donations, primarily from our former students and employers, which is, as far as we can tell, the highest amount of money. Donors generally don't like to pay for mortar and bricks. They like to pay for students' education. So to be able to generate that kind of excitement with the concept that this building was extremely exciting. You've probably seen a lot of these, but just this is kind of a quick list to give you an idea of, the 96-person active learning studios, how many of those we have. You can see the 48, 36, 24. These are just details to kind of orient you to the many different kinds of spaces that we have for our students to learn. So how did our students react to Zachry? Well, it's been overwhelmingly positive. It's been amazing. These are just some quick facts and figures to let you know. This is from the first semester only, because we've just started our spring semester. But we've had 13,000 engineering students taking classes in this building, averaging 35 hours a week that these classrooms are being used, which comes to more than 90% utilization. Depending on the day, it looks busier. Sometimes it's like, well, how could that possibly be 13,000 students? But it's been impressive. In the labs downstairs, where you've seen the common labs, we invested $3.8 million, 26 different courses being taught down there, 28,000 hours of students utilizing these benches, where instead of having a lab on Thursday from 2 to 4, they can now go to the lab and do what they like whenever, as long as we have the safety personnel on hand. You can also see the bench usage and the amount of hours that have been spent there. Very popular. The Fisher Engineering Design Center that you saw downstairs, that's the 60,000 square foot maker space. Man, they love it. We've had 3,450 students just in the first semester complete all the safety training, allowing them access to go in there anytime they like and just create. Of course, 15,000 different items available for checkout. If you're a person who likes to create with your hands, this is just Candyland completely. Tech snapshot, I'm sure Ed has spoken to this, or perhaps Mark Henry, but a lot of interesting data about our digital native population. 37,000 unique wireless clients, 18.5 terabytes of wireless traffic that's moving. And again, I kind of am afraid to find out what this is going to look like at the end of the semester. More than 2 million wireless sessions. And of course, we have the largest Starbucks on campus. It's over 4,000 square feet. And I just found out an interesting thing today. We are the only Starbucks, according to our Starbucks representative, the only Starbucks in Texas to have 4 registers that are active at all times. Apparently, if you think to your Starbucks you like, there's always 2. This was a new design element, apparently, for our use, and boy, do we use it a lot. It's also got extended hours for our engineering students, so it's open from, I think, 5 in the morning to 11 o'clock at night. I'm trying to get the amount of money they're making every day. I've been told it's between $30,000 and $50,000 a day. As you can see, 1,400 customers served. It's been a lot of fun, and the students absolutely love it. In fact, I've got a little shot here. I don't know if you can see it, but Starbucks challenged our students to come up with, a drink that would be fun for the building. So they came up with the strawberry Zachry. So anyways, I will close with this. One of the great thinkers, I think, of our time, Dr. Seuss. Although there's a lot of bells and whistles about this building, and you're seeing a lot about, the forefront of technology and teaching and how this all can really be used. When it comes down to it, it's really about the students and the education that we're providing and delivering. These digital natives think differently than we did, and we're just trying to meet them where they are and help them get where they want to go. One of the projects we're extremely proud of is called Aggies Invent. And it is an intensive design course where students come together, they don't know each other, And they have 48 hours to select a team, select a challenge, and then design and create a prototype. Then they have to do a 2-minute pitch, and then we have judges come in, and they decide which one has the best marketability, what might have potential. We have actually had patented devices come out of this 48-hour challenge. And this last weekend, we did Invent for the Planet, which takes this Aggies Invent challenge, elevates it to a global scale. Now, we had people at 30 different countries and locations represented. So I just wanted to end with a video that shows you who our Aggie engineering students are, and really it makes you very excited, I think, for the future when you see what they're bringing.
This event is an incredible experience for people to come together from all different kinds of backgrounds, majors, and having all these different ideas and coming together to solve an issue that'll help make a difference and save lives.
There's other locations all across the globe that are working on the same problem statements that we're working on. It's really great to start seeing other outside point of views other than my own when it comes to engineering on these problems.
Collaboration is really important that I found on projects in engineering. You really realize that you cannot do anything in this world that has an impact if you're trying to do it alone. It's just crazy, like the amount of collaboration that goes on, and you're sort of, bouncing ideas off of each other and getting a different cultural standpoint on the same subject. Diversity is really important when it comes to solving a problem.
Being over the weekend, interacting with all these experts in the field, having mentors, that definitely makes a difference in terms of how we can innovate, how we can improve. Trying to find a solution to this specific problem or any of the problem statements that we have will definitely make people's lives better in a way that we might not have seen before. It's actually mind-boggling to what you can achieve over the weekend. Invent for the Planet is awesome because it solves a lot of problems and it makes the world a better place.
And what I failed to mention is, thanks to Microsoft, all of this was taking place in real time at the same time. So we had a kind of rolling start, but from all the different time zones, Microsoft made it able for all these teams to be interconnected, visit with each other. We had teams in different countries working on the same problem together. What will happen now is the ones who were chosen as sort of the winners are going to all be brought to the campus here in College Station to work together to see what their problems can solve. Last year when we did this, we had about 20 teams, and the winning team was a group that had an idea from Myanmar. And they had a problem where they don't have electricity often. They have a very, troubled culture there right now. And so the students figured out a way with a sewing machine pedal that they could create energy, and then we had a team here at Texas A&M working on a way to store that energy. And so it's a very simple thing. We brought the team from Myanmar here. It was the first time any of them, including their faculty member, had ever left the country or flown on an airplane, brought them here to Texas, and there was an invitation-only design challenge event taking place in Austin. The group there heard about this team from Myanmar and our Texas A&M team, and they were so kind of heartwarmed by that they invited them to come and present their idea along with all these other schools that had won and gotten to that level. So they had a competition where the attendees, who were all venture capitalists looking for the next big thing and big idea, could put down money for whichever idea they liked the best and thought had the greatest impact, was the least cost, and would be the most feasible to really make a difference. Our team won, the Myanmar Texas A&M team won by a margin that was larger than everyone else put together. So you can see that we are very passionate about our students and about their drive and desire to really make this a better world. So I thank you for your time. We are hopefully going to get you back on schedule. Happy to take any questions if you have them. And if not, I've got 2 t-shirts I'm going to give away.